Me
So
either.
I like clicking one button, not 15. But yeah, there is a way, y'all. You can still go into Facebook through a third party, which we're doing Zoom. Okay, our winner of tonight's on time drawing is Sharon.
Yay. Oh, I put my pom-poms
She's
away.
one of the luckiest people I know. So, way to go, Sharon Taylor, for being on time. And we're thrilled y'all are here tonight. And we do have a secret sister. Um, Let me turn off this YouTube.
Me
So,
either.
okay, did that. Click that button. Awesome. Pat yourself on the back for being here and happy Mary Kay New Year. And we are still celebrating and we are excited about this new year and about being a champion in July, about being you all are all champions. You are. You've all done champion things in life, and we're here to celebrate you. So, I would love to hear anybody that has a win. And Stacy, I know Stacy does. I know Sharon does. They turned in a win. Vicky does, but I'm sure many of y'all have wins. So, who wants to go first? Stacy, are you able to come off mute and tell everybody how you booked 7 new faces? You went from 0 to 7. Can you share that for a second? So give Stacy a woo woo. Are you able to do that, Stacy?
I think I got it. I get it.
You did?
Okay. Well, just luckily, I put, sent messages and messages to a lot of my Facebook friends, and this one girl had like 4 people show up, and because I told her she could invite a friend, and if she got it would be a party if she had 2 or more, that'd make 3, and so she got 4 of her friends to come, and then the other 3 just booked individually. So it's awesome. I haven't had that many faces in a while.
Awesome. Congratulations. What would be your tip for everybody?
Persistent. Don't give up. Don't lose hope.
That's right. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Absolutely. Give Stacy a woohoo. Way to go, Stacy. Great job. Okay, Vicky, you want to go next? Don't give me that face. You know exactly. You sold what?
Um, I sold a Time Wise repair set. I took all my stuff to my mother-in-law's while we were on vacation, and so she loved it so much because I told her, I said, "Come on in here and let's do a facial and let's try the products. We need to, see if you like them." And she loved them so much that she got the whole set and a couple more products. So
Yes. How'd that feel?
good, really good.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about her skin changing for the better. Awesome. Yay. Okay, Sharon, what about you? I know you booked 6 appointments, held 3, and we're off 4 days. That's a way to do it.
And I just tried to really push the days that I was working and that's something I'm just now learning to do after 7.5 or 7 years is it's okay to go to the lake with friends. It's okay to take a weekend with my daughter. I just work the other days instead of worrying about, did I do this? Should I be doing this? I didn't pick my phone up hardly at all this weekend except to throw pictures on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Good, good. Yeah, boundaries is so important, guys. And I know Sharon, you work when you say you're going to work, and you've created more healthy boundaries where you can enjoy time off and not have to worry about your business. If you've never read the book Boundaries, I highly recommend it. Everybody needs to read it. And it gives you more freedom and just so many things. You'll love it. Has anybody ever read Boundaries by Henry Cloud? Dr. Henry Cloud? Okay, we did it at church. So it's biblically based too. So it's really good. Awesome, Sharon. Anybody else have a win? A win's a win. Don't compare, y'all. Comparison is the tool of the enemy. We're not on here comparing. We're on here to learn and grow from each other.
Well, I had one of my customers, I've been trying to get her daughter, who has now moved to Florida, to buy something else besides eye makeup remover. And so yesterday, I think I succeeded, and she's finally one of my new customers and all of this. But granted, it was a lip gloss, but she and I talked about things because she was like, well, I'm getting older and all these wrinkles. And I was like, Marie, and so we talked a lot about the products and stuff. So I think I've got her like thinking about it, but now I can get her books and make contacts with her and hopefully get her on a lot more than just lip gloss and eye makeup remover.
You're moving forward. Yeah, great job, you guys. Yay, Lynn. Okay, anybody else? I know Laura said, lesson learned, take a small bit of inventory with you on vacation. While I was on vacation, a lady saw my sticker on my Jeep, her Mary Kay sticker, and said, hey, I just ran out. Do you have any on you? I was so sad I was not prepared. Very true, Laura. Thank you for reminding us of that. Sharon put out a Mary Kay bag one time camping, and you sold hundreds of dollars, didn't you? It was just hanging on a tent.
It was one of those big bags they'd given us from seminar, or no, from the one in March, career conference. You had given us if we registered a certain time. I mean, I wore that puppy out, but I had it hanging up there, not really thinking about for advertisement, but we had our paper towels in it up off the ground. And then, of course, I had to carry my stuff to the bathroom. And I ended up leaving a satin handset in the bathroom saying that I would pick it up on this certain day. Please don't remove this. I left this here on person. And yeah, I had one lady came over, and that was the night you were trying to get Trip, if you remember. And I had one lady come over, and I placed almost a $900 order. She got the complete time because all I had with me was the repair wear, very minimal makeup because we were camping and it was accidentally in there, but she pretty much bought everything I had, and then I just had it shipped directly to her.
How old was that woman, you think?
She was about 8 to 10 years younger than me, so that's been what, 7 years ago, so maybe mid-40s.
Okay, wow. That's awesome. And the reason why I asked that question, Linda Tupin left a message for directors today saying that in the Wall Street Journal, it said that right now, the 70% of the wealthiest people in America are 55 and older. And that's where you're going to get higher sales. And Linda amened it because her daughter Katie is facialing women around that age group in their 50s, in their 60s, late 40s, and they're dropping $400, $500, $900 like it's nothing. Because one, they're getting wrinkles and they want to really work on their skin. So Linda said, directors, you want to have a hodgepodge of ages in your team. You don't want to have just 18-year-olds or just 60-year-olds or just 30 and 40-year-olds. She said the 18-year-olds, they're in that group. The 30 and 40-year-olds are in debt. They got kids, they're in that time of life. But the 55 and older, those women, that 70% have more money to spend. And I thought that's so true. So anyway, you want a diverse team. Pray for that God will bring you all ages, 18 to 90, right? I want a very diverse team and different ethnicities too. And I know God's going to bring that to us. So thank you for that, Sharon. Okay, well, let's pray and then we'll get started talking about what the big D is all about, okay? Heavenly Father, we just want to come to you tonight with thankful and grateful hearts for just how awesome you are and that you're always there with us, and you are in the details, you're in the small, you're in the big, and we just want to praise you and thank you for just how wonderful and amazing you are. And just thank you for our team. thank you for all these ladies and just what a blessing they are in our lives. We lift up to you all the unspoken requests that are on in our hearts and minds and in our families that we're thinking about. And we lift to you specific requests. I know Carrie said to pray for, she's on a call and you're right there with Carrie and this patient, this burn victim. And we just pray for them that you'll just work through all the workers that's dealing with this patient. And we pray for them and their healing, that everything will be better than what it could be. And we pray for them. You know who they are. And we pray, God, for Renee Meeks and all the things she's dealing with in her life. Samantha Neal, her health, Deanna Beam's health, Diane Winters' family situation, Deborah McMillan's health, Debbie Cross's health, and Farley's health. And we could go on and on and on, Lord, and we are so thankful that you care and that you're a healer. You are just everything we need. And remember, even in the small dippies of life, help us to remember to turn to you for everything, whether it's making a phone call, driving, protection. You are in it all, and help us not to forget that, and just to trust you and obey you, and that we will go as you will lead us. And we love you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Let's see. We got another chat. Okay. Yes. Thank you for that in the chat. Okay. So, real quick, what do y'all think the big D means that we're going to talk about tonight? Take a guess. Throw it out there. It's one of my favorite words.
Discipline?
Ooh, that's good.
I said Dallas.
Dallas. We call Dallas the big D, don't we?
There's a country song about that.
Yep. We're not talking about that D, are we?
Mm.
Not at all. I'm trying to find my pinpoint. Okay. Anybody else want to take a guess? We've heard discipline, Dallas. What else? Nobody else wants to guess? It's inside of all of you.
Desire.
Ooh, that's good.
Determination.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the word tonight, determination. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, and we're excited about it. And we'll get back to this in well, let's kick off with this. You all showed up tonight, and you all are going up. And Jess, I think everybody's seen this. I'm going to go off screen, but can we just do this little part first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So raise your hand or wave a pom-pom or whatever you want to do if you were in Mary Kay when we had in-person weekly meetings. Okay, so some people are new and don't remember this. Okay, so part of Mary Kay's philosophy was that if you show up and invest, then you will go up. What you put in is what you get out. So we are sharing this with you guys that you're already here tonight. That's why Nikki said you're already a champion, because you had to go over a hurdle or 2 or 3 or 17 to get here tonight. And it has been proven that those who invest in attending a weekly success meeting have greater achievements and success in their business. And I would venture to say life as well, because before we had the pandemic experience, the meeting experience looked like going to a church, a clubhouse, an office.
Well,
Park, a hotel is where Nikki used to have hers. And we directors would pay for, rent, borrow a space where we could invite our consultants and guests to come. Now, what that looked like for most of us, I had my longest place that I had meetings at was about 35 minutes from my house. So I would start getting ready an hour and a half before I had to be at my meeting in order to set up. I got Mary Kay attired. I got totally, hair and makeup. I packed all my stuff in my car for me, my guests, my team, whatever I needed to do. I drove 35 minutes in rush hour traffic, got there, helped set up for the meeting. We did the meeting for an hour and a half. Sometimes I was training, doing facials. Sometimes the director was doing something else. It was an hour and a half at least meeting, 30 minutes of social time on either side for sure. Then the cleanup, then the drive home. So you're talking probably a 3 to 4 hour situation. Okay. And also had to get childcare for those of us who have little ones, had to be sure that we had everything we needed. What if you were coming from work? You had to grab some dinner or whatever the thing was. And now, what does our meeting situation look like? We get dressed up from the waist up and we sit in front of a computer screen. And it's 1 hour, right? Sometimes we might go over by 2 or 3 minutes, but for the most part, it's a really minimal investment, isn't it? So what we want to do is to kind of create a similar experience without the hassle. So if sometimes you're tired, right? I am exhausted today. It was just a day that the baby didn't sleep and I tried to get 17,000 things done. But you know what? That word determination is really important because we can't always control our circumstances, but we can control what we've committed to. And so you committing to meetings, it's actually super inspiring for us. And that's why we call you champions already, because you do show up. So when you attend at least 3 meetings per month virtually with us, you will earn a little charm to go on your bracelet. So let me tell you what that looks like. The ideal reason or the ideal way you're showing up is to be on camera, on screen with a stationary camera, not moving all around. Mary Kay attire, Mary Kay face, ready to go with a notebook, ready to take notes, right? With your weekly accomplishment sheet and Google form already turned in, ready to participate, maybe taking a job in a meeting, because how many of you learn by doing? I do. So take a position in the meeting. Nikki, I'd love to do a product commercial. Nikki, I'd love to do a training topic. I'd love to share my iStory. Volunteer. We don't want to have to ask you. Say, hey, can I be involved in the meeting? How can I help this week? Look for ways to be helpful. That's one of my rules in my household for my kids. So when you do that 3 times per month, you will earn this little charm. Now, what if you cannot be at a meeting or cannot be on camera? Like sometimes you have a standing appointment, like a soccer practice that you're driving to and from. We do not want you on camera while you are driving, okay? So either listen in and try to actively participate as much as you can, or you have the opportunity to watch the replay on YouTube. But everyone, regardless of whether you're on camera, on the meeting, or watching the replay within 24 hours, we're going to ask you to submit a Google form. And the Google form is going to have a keyword every week, and it's going to be in a different place in the meeting, so you can't just fast forward to a certain spot and figure out where it is, okay? We're going to make this a little challenging for y'all. So the word for this week is determination, okay? So that's going to be your keyword or your code word for the week. And after the meeting's over, we're going to post the Google link. It's going to be the same Google form every week. And it's going to ask you questions like, what are your key takeaways? What are your goals for the week? What are your, I'm trying to think, what was the other question? It's 5 questions. That's it. It's a keyword. It is so short, y'all. So that we can have that accountability of you processing within 24 hours. What did that meeting mean to you? Okay. And what the code word was. So you get credit for that meeting. Okay, so there's really no reason why you couldn't do it within 24 hours to find an hour to watch the meeting and take some notes because, again, what you put in is what you get out. So I am so excited about this, y'all, because I will work for a prize. And it may not be on your radar to be walking across stage to pick up a diamond, okay? That might not be where you're at right now, but you could earn a prize by taking 3 hours out of the month to watch your Mary Kay meeting and show up and go up.
Who's excited? Who can't wait to earn their bracelet and all the cute
Fun.
charms? It is darling. Now, Jessica and I, we're going to order it. And so y'all can see the whole shebang. So we can romance it to you guys. But we are so thrilled because we value and see this time as so important. And we want you all to be rewarded on just suiting up. Have you noticed in college or in high school, a lot of people just got a good grade just for showing up to class? Even though, I mean, teachers notice that. I remember that. Like, if you just go to everything, you don't have to take semester tests at Sweetwater High School. Yeah, if you don't miss a day, you do not. And so who did not want to miss school? Me, because I didn't want to take semester tests. But anyway, suiting up and showing up has rewards and perks alongside just bracelets. Okay. Oh, by the way, these are the bracelets. We're going to be announcing the teams, who's leading the pack here in a few minutes. And if you are not on a team, we do want to put you on a team. We're having so much fun with our teams. So let's do some Recco, and then we're going to keep talking about determination, and more things with your business. So, okay, so here we go. I'm still going to be tracking who is on the meeting because I love that. I just think it's so cool. Mary is on 21 weeks in a row, but I about want to cry because I don't know. Cynthia must have something going on. Pray for Cynthia, but she's been on 17 weeks in a row. Tonight would have been 18. Vicki, you're at 17 weeks tonight. Sharon, you're at 8. I mean, we're going to keep it going because I just love it. I love it, love it. And you all saw the prizes last week and the big honkin' diamond ring, because what we're going to talk about will lead you to all this fun, fluffy stuff that you can earn just from pampering people and seeing faces. And oh, you can still register for seminar, but now you register on site. Okay? And thank you, Sharon, Stacy, Steph. Oh, sorry, Vicki. Should be Vicki. I forgot to do. Oh, I did this, but it didn't update. Okay. And then thank you for turning in your Google accountability form, Stacy, Sharon, Vicki, Candace. Woo woo. And bookings, y'all. Okay, so let me share this and then we'll talk about the fun teams. So those who added bookings last week that was turned in, Candace added 2, Sharon 6, Stacy 7. So way to go, you guys, on adding bookings. Faces, Vicki 1, Stacy 4, Sharon 4. And then Vicki sold a repair set last week. And of course, Sharon is leading with a $610 week, which is an Emerald Star Consultant week. So if Sharon sold every week $600, she would end up being an Emerald Star, okay? Because there's Sapphire, Ruby, Diamond, Emerald, and Pearl. But congratulations. And does anybody want to share anything that they think would benefit the group based on their bookings or their faces, or you're Sharon, you're the queen, so you definitely can share. How did you, because you were gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe.
I was
So,
home Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
okay.
I went to the lake on 4th. And then we left early Friday morning and got home late last night.
Okay.
But before I go into that, I had a brain fart, one of those ideas that just pops in your head. I've been doing, instead of the birthday months, chunking them by week, because I had so many July birthdays on my Facebook list this month. It was unreal. But I'm also going to go back. This was my thought too, because not everybody checks Messenger. It's not that they're ignoring you, they just don't check it. But because they're my friends, I can go on my regular page and tag them to check Messenger, that I have a birthday surprise in their Messenger box. And I think that's going to improve that a little bit. Because I usually get maybe 1 to 5 or 6 sales that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise through the birthday deal. But I had 130 names this month. July was a big month. Usually it's around 30 to 60, but I had more than double of my biggest months during the month of July. So I was just chunking them and doing them, and then I'm going to go back and then hit, because I just wrote them out on a list with numbers, and the number is their birthday date. And then the ones that I have phone numbers for, then I'm going to go back and text them, because I think I will do a little bit better, because I've told my customers I am not doing a sale for the habit of doing sales. You know, you get twice a year plus your birthday month.
Yeah.
And they're starting to believe me. So, because I really stuck to it last year. Very little did I mark down.
Good. Good. That's awesome, Sharon. Good for you. Because yeah, you don't want to give sales all the time, girls. That there's no value in our product, and they're already amazingly priced. So Sharon is our queen with 610. Way to go. And you know, so I can't wait to see how the month unfolds for everybody. Okay, so let's talk about the teams. Okay, so last week we divided y'all into 3 teams, and we will put those of y'all that aren't on a team. So basically, we had 2 teams that tied with 5 points. So team 1 is Cynthia, Laura, Lynn Buchanan, and Sharon Taylor. Y'all had 5 points. And then team 3 is Ashley Dandridge, Christina, Safonda, and Vicky. Y'all had 5 points. So you 2 tied. Team 2 came in second, and y'all had 3 points. Okay. So congratulations, team 1 and team 3. Y'all tied. But the individual front runner is Sharon. She got 3 total points. You could get 3 points last week. She turned in her list of 50 names within 24 hours. And Laura did that, Sharon, Candace, Stacy, Ashley, Christina, and Vicky. And then the book 5 by the 5th, that was Sharon, Stacy, great job. And then watching the video, you got another point, and that was Lynn Buchanan, Sharon Taylor, Ashley Dandridge, and Vicky Youngblood. So Sharon got points in all 3 categories. So congratulations. So anyway, but we're going to grow the teams and add more people to the teams. So, so tonight is really going to help you get out of the gate strong. So Jessica, you want to talk about your 2 quotes about determination?
Yes, I would love to share those quotes, and I'm also going to share a funny story.
Yes.
So, Nikki's going to share with you a Mary Kay story, and I'm going to share with you a hypothetical non-Mary Kay story. Okay, so our focus word is determination. Okay, and I have a couple of quotes here because, you know, we're kind of doing this Olympic theme. So one of my quotes is from a gold medal Olympic wrestler named Dan Gable. I had not heard of him before, but he said gold medals aren't really made of gold. They're made of sweat, determination, and a hard-to-find alloy called guts. And I really liked that a lot because it does take guts to do what we do, to look at, you know, a goal and go, I don't want to do this. Okay, so by a show of hands, how many people on here are a fan of snakes? Like you have a pet snake, like you love snakes so much. Okay, nobody. Christina was like, no, putting my hand down.
Mary likes snakes.
I thought you said dislike snakes.
Like love them. Love them.
I heard
Love
the
'em.
opposite. No.
Mary is a big old no on that also. Okay, so pretend like I heard that this may have happened to somebody recently. Okay, so it was me. It's not a hypothetical story. This is an actual real story
Oh,
that happened on, was that Saturday, Nikki?
Saturday.
Saturday. Yay! Such an exciting day. So, I got the opportunity to go hang out with Nikki and some friends from church and family at their lake house. And so I had Nolan strapped on the front of me, and we noticed some of the kids are in the water and there was a snake. And I was like, oh, let me check and see if this, I wouldn't say I love snakes, but I'm a game warden's daughter and could identify snakes. So I went over to make sure it wasn't poisonous. Well, then it was really cool because this snake had obviously eaten something and we thought it would move slow. Well, it didn't move slow. It moved fast enough for me. But it went and was crawling and went kind of under the bank of where the lake was. And then there's some boards that like the water comes up against. Well, I'm leaning over out of curiosity to see where this snake may have gone and heard that plop where your phone goes into the water. And I had to make a decision. How much do I love my phone? You know, we talk about the pain pleasure paradox a lot. And so I had to decide how much it was worth to me to reach in the water, not being able to see where my phone went. No, the baby did not fall in, Sharon. But I had the phone tucked in the carrier and the phone plopped exactly where the snake had just disappeared. So I had to decide, am I just going to like, we all kind of stood there and went, is that really worth $800 or $1,000 for a new phone, right? And so I had to decide that I was going to reach in the recesses. Have you ever seen those shows on catfish noodling where people reach under the bank and you're like, what are these people thinking? I would like not for love or money do that, but apparently I would, and the price is about $800 to $1,000. So I lay down on the bank and reach up under this bank to find my phone, and by the Lord's grace, I was able to pull my phone out, and y'all, it has been working like a charm. It is waterproof. It's amazing. And so I feel like the Lord rewarded my determination because I was willing to reach in the water. I could not see the bottom. I could not see my phone. I just knew where it had gone. And I also had to overcome the fear of this snake being there and whatever else, catfish, whatever else could have gone under. I literally had to lay down on the bank and put my arm as far under as my shoulder would go to reach my phone. And so I was thinking about that today and thought, wow, determination. Yes, it takes some guts because sometimes can you see what's going to happen when you start going for a goal? You can't even see the bottom. You don't know if you're going to be successful. I didn't know if I could find my phone. I was just reaching down blindly in some muddy water next to a snake. I had to conquer some fears because I don't mind snakes, but I don't want to go reaching where I've just seen one, you know? And so that was kind of what, when I was thinking about determination today, I felt determined because the pain of losing my phone was greater, right, than the pleasure of, avoiding all of that. And so for me, I wanted to keep my phone and I was willing to go through some pain to get there. So the last quote about determination I have is, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. And that's Thomas Edison. And I've also heard him say, I didn't fail 1,000 times in making a light bulb. I just learned 999 ways not to make a light bulb, right? And so that's what we can do when we're determined. We can overcome our fear. We can keep going because we have the guts to do it. And that's what sets champions apart. So, and then Nikki, you have a Mary Kay story because she was really determined this week.
Y'all, yeah, she stuck her arm in the snake pit. I'm telling you. And it was like nothing. And y'all, it was like way back in there. I'm like, Lord bless her. Please don't let her arm get bit. And this was a big old snake, y'all. Whoa. I mean, Jessica has some grit and determination. But yeah, you want to get that phone back. I'm so proud of you. Okay. So we're going to say, I want to read this quote, Habits That Make Champions. It says in this book, in the end, the number one underlying reason why the 5% succeed, may it be in sports, business, or any other field for that matter, it's because of this. They're willing to do more than what's been asked. So, or they're willing to work to, out of discipline when nobody's looking. And I'm going to tell you, you guys, okay, oops, I didn't mean to click that off. Okay, so, and we talked about this last week. Let me pull this together. Okay. Okay, not that I did more on Friday than what was willing, but I did more than what I was used to doing. And it felt good, but I'm going to tell you some stories too. So on Friday, we went to the movies with my brother in Tennessee and Griff and Emery and I. And we got back. My whole plan was to work on booking. And because I want some bookings, because why? I want to be in a different place June 30th, 2025 than I was June 30th, 2024. And we know the law of the compound effect, that everything we do in small little snippets adds up over time. Like I didn't see results on Friday, but I know I will. Okay. Because why? God blesses our effort. And I don't know. My why, y'all, there's been many times I didn't have a clear why, but I think my style, I do like to achieve. I am, and I do want to be in a different place. So I do, we're all motivated by different things. But so on Friday, I literally did make 34 literal phone calls, leaving messages on voicemails or holding down the audio. But I called people. And it was so funny. The two that answered the phone, I actually booked. So I left 32 voicemails. If you had done that, would you want to have thrown in the towel and quit and be like, maybe this isn't for me? Well, I knew many people would, but I knew a lot of people were at the beach, a lot of people were at the lake, but I didn't use that as an excuse where I've been people say, I'm not going to make calls because people are gone. No, that was a good time for me. And I was going to work when it's good for me, not based on my circumstances, okay, or what I thought was good for other people. I hear consultants say, I'm not going to call because it's dinner time, or I'm not, no, that's an excuse. You call or you text or reach out when it's good for you, right? Okay, so I was determined to get the job done regardless of the circumstance, working from determination, getting the task done. That's all I was driven by the task, not the emotions of the yeses or the nos. Okay. Mary Kay says, think like a man, act like a lady, and work like a dog, and you can have anything. So I truly was turning on my man brain and not going to get emotional if I don't care if they say yes, if they say no, it's okay. Okay. Have y'all heard the saying that God feeds the birds, but he doesn't throw the food in the nest? Yeah. So what do the birds have to do to go eat and feed the baby birds? They have to take action. They got to fly out, and they know food is out there. But they had to leave the nest and take action. And also, you guys, I was not in the mood to want to do this on Friday. I wasn't. I wanted to take a nap, to be honest. But I know that action cures fear. I had a little bit of fear, and action will make you feel motivated once you get into motion. Okay. And you can't listen to your feelings because they lie and they're fickle, like Tom Newberry says, right? Those are the devil's 5 favorite words is I don't feel like it. And that's what the devil wants you to say. I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to do it. okay, you're going to stay in the exact same spot. But to me, the pain of change is greater than the pain of remaining the same. Okay. So
Mhm.
let's watch this little video real quick. One more, we watched it a couple weeks ago, but it's so good about, and then I'm going to share with you something fun we're going to do. Okay. So let's watch this again on not saying I don't feel like it, because honestly I didn't, but I didn't work from feeling, I worked from commitment. Here we go.
What are the devil's favorite words? There's a casual phrase that is so commonly used that it essentially goes unnoticed. It is soft, sly, reactive, conniving, cunning, and self-deceiving. It is responsible for everything from bad grades to poor health, from mediocre marriages to sabotage careers, sloppy finances, and everything else in between. Hour by hour, it leads people away from their God-given potential. And the more someone uses this particular phrase today, the more they are prone to use it tomorrow. Each time this phrase is uttered, the devil smiles because he owns the future of those who live by its doctrine. The benign sounding phrase exposes a pervasive mindset. It has or will inevitably lead nice, talented, well-meaning people we know and love to the worst version of themselves. So what is this phrase? I don't feel like it. It's the devil's favorite 5 words. I don't feel like it. Are you surprised? Disappointed? Annoyed? You see, the culture has done an excellent job of convincing people that what feels good is good and what feels bad is bad. But if you choose to live with this notion, you're going to wind up really far away from where you originally intended to be. Every day, if not every hour, we have the opportunity to do one of 2 things: follow our mission or follow our mood, to live based on the principles and promises of God, or to conform to the patterns that feel good right now. Our feelings can abruptly cloud our judgment and seldom inspire us with the wisdom needed to fulfill our potential. Watch out for those 5 words scripted by the very enemy of your joy and success. This is Tommy Newberry, because mindset makes all the difference.
Okay, so there he goes. I love he said, follow your mission or follow your mood. My mood was saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But my mission of wanting to be in a different place and knowing that that's the enemy trying to stop me. I know that's the devil saying, because he knows I'm going to change people's lives through this product and this opportunity. So the devil doesn't want you to make booking calls. The devil doesn't want you to share the opportunity because he knows lives can be changed eternally, right? So what will cause you to take action to make your dreams come true? Do you have a why? Do you know what will motivate you to take action? Post it in the comments. I'd love to read that. And if not, what is stopping you from taking action? Most of the time it's fear, but we know that fear is another tool of the enemy to stop us. So let's kick the devil's rear end, kick the devil's booty, and take action and make him mad. Because I don't want the devil to win. Do y'all? No. So, because I like to achieve and win. And 2, another reason that motivates me is I want to lead by example. If I'm asking you to do it, who's got to do it? Moi. Do you respect a leader that won't, follow through? No. So anyway, I just know that no shares, no faces equals no growth. But a way to start teeny tiny small, y'all, is those little summer surveys. So is that working for you, or are you working the summer surveys? If you got a minute after work, break time, before work, take a girl in the kitchen, do a microdermabrasion on the back of the hand, ask her, do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want it? Give her a deal. It don't overcomplicate it, okay? So last week, your 24-hour challenge was to make a list of 50 people. How did that go? How did taking action on that list go? And how did taking action on getting bookings, how did that go? Okay, so I started, my list was my July birthdays, and I did the makeover contest. That was my angle for booking. Okay, so I looked at all my birthday girls and I called them up and I said, hey, Brenda, I saw your birthday is July 28th. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday month and celebrate all month long. And Brenda, I wanted to let you know that one thing I'm doing starting this month is if we can get together and do a pampering, I'm going to bring you a birthday present. And if you'll share it with 2, 3, 4, 5 of your girlfriends, I will give you an abundant shopping spree because, Brenda, I'm earning a trip to Europe next summer and I want to pamper 30 women this month. And, is there any reason why you can't help me out, Brenda? And I said, I can't wait to hear back from you. And so that was kind of my angle for birthday girls. Okay. Now my angle for the makeover contest, because some people I called about the makeover contest. And let me tell you about that. Okay. Are y'all so excited about the makeover contest? Okay, let me pull this up. Because you guys, Mary Kay's going to pick 6 winners and I'm going all in. You have got to go all in and say, I believe you can win. I told a ton of people, and I really do, because if we don't enter, we won't win, right? So let me pull this up. So my other way, so here's my booking, my bubble sheet. And I put their name below the bubble. And if I left a message, I did a slant, a slash. And if we talked, I did an X. And if I booked, I colored it in. And you can see I only have 2 completely colored in. But I've had some people respond today, and we're going to have to get some dates down. So anyway, y'all, this makeover contest is incredible. So basically, it starts July 15th through August 31st, and you have to book an appointment with somebody, do a makeover, take a picture, submit the look and the photo, and they're going to pick 6 winners. And if your customer wins, you get to go too. Your customer gets to take someone with them. And then so do you. If you win, you get to take someone with you. It's round trip airfare for 2 nights in a luxury hotel, spa treatments, $1,000 spending cash, and Mary Kay products. And then there's 7 people that will get honorable mention, and they'll get a $500 gift card. So how can you prepare for this contest? Reach out to your customers to line up appointments. Customers can start entering on July 15th, which is what, next week? One day next week. Book a party. And I have a party tomorrow night at 6:30. And I told this girl, I said, hey, I think you can win this thing. I really do. And I said, have you ever been to Scottsdale, Arizona? She said, no. I said, well, this is an ultra glamorous trip. Y'all, I'm just using the words on the flyer. And I said, I really feel like you could win. And if you do, who would you take with you? She said, probably my husband. And I said, well, this is what it all includes. And I'd love to enter you. And plus, my goal is to do 30 faces this month. Is there any reason why we can't get together? And this was on Friday. And she said, sure. And I said, well, how about Tuesday? Because I was looking at my schedule. I actually tried to book her for Saturday, the very next day. And she's like, no, I can't do Saturday. I said, what about Tuesday? And I said, can you try to invite some people to come? So I've got a party tomorrow night that I booked on Friday with the makeover contest. Okay. And so this is my angle. And so if you still have not made a list of 50 people, we'll post this. This will give you an idea of people to write down. And then here's a booking outline. Okay, you say you're excited. You share your reason for calling or reaching out. It could be the contest. How it will benefit her is all the ways she could win. And you make her feel special and ask, is there any reason why we couldn't get together? Okay. Now, guys, guess what makeup look I'm doing tomorrow night? Because she said, Nikki, how long will this last? Because we don't have long. I said, well, let's have the pampering for an hour or less is the goal. And then I need to meet with everybody afterwards for an individual consultation to see if, in case they want to buy something, that's a private issue. And I don't like to meet with everybody at the table together. So she's like, oh, okay. So I said, so guess what we're doing? All we're doing, y'all, is the miracle set. We're going to do maybe microdermabrasion on the back of the hand with the miracle set. So we're going to do the handshell so they see the difference. We're going to do primer. We're going to do CC cream. We're going to do liquid eyeshadow in light beam. We're going to do some cheeks and some lips. Dash out the door. That's what we're doing. So I'm not doing this full glam look, y'all. You do not have to know a lot about makeup. Some of y'all know a lot about makeup. You can do that. But she said, are you putting the makeup on everybody? I said, no. I said, I will teach through you. I might do your eye and then they can do their eye. But I'm not doing everybody's makeup. We don't have enough time because you told me it's just an hour. And I said, I'm going to teach you how to recreate it. And we're just doing a clean, simple look for summer. Oh, we'll do mascara. So light beam, mascara, cheeks, and lips with CC cream and maybe some translucent powder. Because my goal is to sell them on what?
Skincare.
Exactly. Okay. So I'm not doing all this makeup. Okay. So anyway, but you can do that too, guys. Your hook to book people for pamperings is you could do summer surveys. You can do this contest. You can go about July birthdays, but you've got every tool you needed. If I went to Jesus to heaven tonight, you have every tool to fill up your calendar. Okay? And remember, a champion doesn't train for the finish line. The finish line is already done in her mind. She trains for the moment in the race when she wants to give up but doesn't. And I wanted to give up Friday. I'm like, golly bum, why isn't anybody answering their phone? But I had to just say, keep going, keep going, keep going, okay? Because they will answer their phone. You know, they're just on vacation or whatever, okay? And then tomorrow night, you guys, you're welcome to have people watch. I'm doing a full circle event with Glam Slam on YouTube. And it's basically, y'all, what I'm doing tomorrow night at the party is what I'm doing live on YouTube. And then those of you that, okay, so first of all, congratulations, Sharon and Stacy have earned the call with Diana Sumter. It's going to be Wednesday, July 17th at noon Central, 1 p.m. But if you've not earned this call yet, girls, you can still complete your book 10 by the 10th, which is Wednesday, and you'll earn the call plus recognition and a gift from your director. Okay? So, Jessica, you want to give them the 24-hour challenge?
Well, one, I have a couple of things, but our 24-hour challenge, correct me if I'm wrong, was to do that book 10, was to continue booking. But if you have another one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. So the team relay, we're doing relays. Yes, you're right, Jess. But your 24-hour challenge in your teams is to complete half a bubble sheet by tomorrow.
Okay.
That's 28 contacts because there's 56 bubbles on a bubble sheet. So by tomorrow, we want you to do 28 bubbles. Okay? That's your challenge. If you do that, you'll get a point. And of course, if you get your book 10 by the 10th, you'll get another point.
One of my questions, Nikki, just to clarify, is I know you did either phone calls or voice messages. In order to count for the bubble sheet challenge, like I use a bubble sheet when I'm texting, because right now it being quiet enough for me to use a voice message is amazing. So if I use text and like use their specific name and I'm not just, I'm changing the words, are you counting text responses or messenger
Oh,
responses?
yeah.
Okay.
Text can count too.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so half a bubble sheet. I'm sorry I missed that. But yes, that book, also the book 10, I guess I had that in my mind because that's what I want to do is to earn that call with the 10. Because for me, y'all, and let me just share another kind of way that, Nikki was telling us, a couple of different options for booking, hook to book, right? Well, I'm in a season right now, like I said, where I realized after trying to get out of the house last week with Sweet Nolan for a couple hours that it is still potentially a little too early for me to try to be having a bunch of different appointments. But for me, I know that before I leave on vacation, I can probably find 10 women to mail packets to before I leave. When I say vacation, I mean a trip to my parents' house. So, Nikki, we have another question. Can we still do the video for a point, or was that just for last week?
Well, that video is incredible. So, that was a last week challenge, but to get the point, you need to do that by tomorrow. But since it was a last week thing, I mean, it's incredible, y'all. You need
By
to watch
8
that video.
p.m. tomorrow.
8 p.m.
And that's for this 24-hour challenge and for the Google form for the bracelet. So really, that's what we're really calling you guys to take action. And I want to close with this quote from Mary Kay's book. I'm always surprised with how many consultants have not read this book yet. Okay. If you have not read this book, please get your hands on a copy and read this book, because the only way we're going to continue with the spirit of Mary Kay on is if we know these principles and continue living them out and passing them on. And so it's really important to do that. This was another one of those books that if I had not read all the way through, my mentor was not going to continue to work with me individually, because she really wanted to know that I had the heart of Mary Kay beyond that. So this is from the chapter called Plan Your Life the Way You Plan Your Vacation. And it says, the world is full of people who are very quick to dream and very slow to act. Often it's because they have failed to break big goals into manageable goals, but more often it is a fear of failure. And I really appreciate Mary had shared in the chat, that concern earlier. And I really appreciate her vulnerability. Many people are so afraid of failure that they never try anything. You can only overcome such fear if you are willing to get up and get started. The death of fear is in doing what you fear to do. Yes, you're going to make mistakes along the way, but you'll also be learning. And as I said earlier, we fail forward to success. You will make mistakes, and sometimes you will be frustrated as you work toward your goals. But for every failure, there's an alternative course of action. You just have to find it. When you come to a roadblock, take a detour, go in another direction. Don't let a stumbling block stop you. Go over, under, around, or through it, but don't give up. Have confidence in yourself and you'll find another route. Remember, obstacles either polish us up or wear us down. A diamond was once just a hunk of coal until it was put under pressure and polished to perfection. So I love that about determination. And that's really, what starts us off is this 24 hours, right, Nikki? And to break that bubble sheet, some people look at a bubble sheet and want to throw up, but let's break it down into a manageable goal and do half of that by tomorrow night instead of thinking, when am I going to find time to do that whole thing? Breaking it down. And what I love about the bubble sheet too, Nikki, is that when I look at that bubble sheet, what stands out to me?
What?
The 2 yeses. Not all the no's, not all the calls. It's just the 2 who said yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yep. And guys, you might not have to work that many numbers. It just varies. And I've had some people respond, yes, let's get together. I just have not got it on the date book. So I'm not going to bubble it in till I get a date and time. So I love that, Jessica. So thank you. So 3 things. Let's repeat. 24 hours. Focus on doing half a bubble sheet by 8 o'clock tomorrow. If you didn't watch the video for that extra point last week, you can watch it by 8 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? Listen to it while you're putting your makeup on in the morning or whatever. And then the third thing, to get credit for tonight's meeting, you have a Google form. We'll post that in Voxer and in your team group. You need to fill out the Google form for accountability. Y'all don't have this Google form yet. It's gonna how we keep tally of everybody on for the bracelets. Okay. And then of course, Wednesday's the big book 10 deadline. Okay. But if you're doing the bubble sheet, you could get a book 10, possibly. Okay.
Actually the numbers that it used to be that for every bubble sheet there's supposed to be 10 bookings, and it just depends on if you're calling. Sometimes, like Nikki said, they don't show up right away, but that's really what the averages were to do. You would get 10 bookings from a bubble sheet.
Mm-hmm. Are all the questions answered?
I think so. I answered Mary's questions about her team, and y'all reach out to your team. Use that chat to encourage one another. I just got a yes. I just got a no. Go ahead and, engage with each other.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm going to stay on